Hi, and welcome to Tom Talks About. I'm Tom, and today I would like to talk to you about these two wristwatches. This one by Cadisen, and this one by Starking. These two watches are very similar. They are both designed to be dressy and have high specifications for relatively little money. In fact, I just checked, and if you purchase both of these watches, they can both be purchased for a total of less than $110. I advise that I actually purchased both of these watches. They are not sent to me for free, and I did in fact pay about that amount of money. When you see them side by side in the pictures in this video, it will always be the Cadisen on this side and the Starking on this side. I will indicate which is which, but remember that they are always in alphabetical order from left to right. So that it's clear exactly what watches I'm talking about, this is the Cadisen C1032, and this is the Starking AM0184. Both watches come with a box made of cardboard. Here we see the Cadisen box, which is a fairly standard box. When it's open, you can see that there's the watch. On the left in the foam is a bracelet removal tool. The Starking box is more drawer-shaped. And contains the usual accoutrements. Here we see the watch faces. The Cadisen on the left has a day-date complication, while the Starking on the right only has a date complication. The Cadisen has baton-shaped indices. The Starking has sword-shaped indices. The Cadisen band on the left is high polish, while the Starking band on the right is a mix of brushed and polish. Both clasps are designed to not be terribly obvious. However, the Starking clasp is even more invisible than the Cadisen clasp. This shows the clasps open. The movements are both visible through a display case back, which is sapphire. Now that we've looked at some pictures, I would like to discuss some specifications and what I think of the two watches. Both watches are 12 millimeters thick. This is the official size from their web pages. However, in practice, they are slightly thinner. Both watches have a lug width of 20 millimeters. This means that if you decide to take them off the bracelet and put them on a strap, the strap should be 20 millimeters wide. The Cadisen watch has a lug-to-lug length, the length of the watch, of 47.1 millimeters. The Starking watch has 47 millimeters. Both of them have a diameter of 40 millimeters. So they are extremely similar watches. The size differs by only a tiny fraction. The Cadisen watch uses a Seiko NH36A movement. This is a hacking and hand-winding movement. Hacking means that when you pull out the crown, the second hand stops. This allows you to synchronize the watch very precisely to another clock. It is also hand-winding. This means that you don't have to wear it and shake it and hope that it starts eventually. You can actually wind it to get it started when it's not working. The Starking watch has a Miyota 8215 movement. This is hand winding, but not hacking. So when you pull out the crown, the second hand does not stop. This makes it a little bit more difficult to synchronize it to another watch or clock. However, it is hand winding, so you can wind it to get it started. The Cadisen watch has a day-date complication. This means that it indicates both the day of the week and the numerical date of the month. The day complication indicates the day in both English and Chinese, depending on what time of day it is. The Starking watch only indicates the numerical date. These can be both advantageous and disadvantageous, depending on your preference. My preference actually is for neither. I actually prefer a watch that does not indicate the day or the date at all. And the reason for this for me is that I like to be able to just pick up the watch and set the time and wear it. With these complications, either you have to set the complication or know that it's just going to be wrong when you're wearing it. Both of these watches have sapphire crystals on front and back, which is very good because it's very scratch resistant. Both of these watches come with a free leather strap. Frankly, I wasn't all that impressed with the leather straps, and I just sort of put them aside to be used another time if I have a watch that I want to use a leather strap on. But nevertheless, it's there if you want it instead of the bracelet, because they do actually come on a metal bracelet, unless I think one of them, or maybe both of them, allows you to choose to not get the metal bracelet if you want it for a few dollars cheaper. But I figured for a few extra dollars, why not? The Seiko Movement in the Cadisen watch winds in both directions. This is good because however you wear it, however you move, it's going to wind. The Miyota movement in the Starking watch is unidirectional. This is not as good because it's not going to be winding quite as often as the Seiko is. And also, unidirectional winding automatic movements are known to be slightly noisier. Frankly, I don't hear either of them, but nevertheless, it can be a little bit noisier. Which one do I like? I like them both. I don't think either is especially better than the other. If I was only going to buy one of them, I would probably buy the Cadisen because it has the Seiko movement that is bidirectional winding and hacking and hand winding. These are enough features for me to choose this watch over this watch. However, in almost every other respect, they're pretty much equivalent watches, and if you go with either of them, you will probably be happy. So my suggestion is, if you're looking at buying either of them, they have pretty much equivalent features at pretty much equivalent prices. So if I were you, what I would look at is, which one do I like the look of better? And buy that one.